Hello and welcome to the Premier Ops Spot. I'm Cassie Hayes, and this is my Honeybook demo series designed to help bookkeepers, VAs, and service providers like you decide confidently if Honeybook is the right platform for you. Today, we're going to delve into Honeybook SmartFiles. First of all, what is a SmartFile? It is Honeybook's answer to streamlining your client process all in one shot. It includes things like proposals, invoices, contracts, payments, questionnaires, and even scheduling. The pieces that are smart are things like using client information and contact information to automatically populate all of the file and having all of those pieces in one document so that it's a streamlined process for your client and for you. Let's take a look. In order to find your SmartFile templates, you're going to go to Tools and My Templates. One thing I love about Honeybook is that there is a template gallery for you to start from. So in the template gallery, you will find the files that other people have used and made available to you. This one, for example, looks like an all-in-one booking flow. So it has all the pages that you would need in order to give your clients the booking process in one step. Once you've found one that you like and customized it, it will show up in your templates. Now you can organize these templates in as many folders as you want. Are you ready to get a look at a SmartFile from start to finish? Let's dig in. Here's my Honeybook Services SmartFile. You can see along the right panel here that you are able to, almost like a table of contents, view the different pages. You can rename them, you can reorder them in whichever way that you would like that is amenable to your processes. This first page, I usually do a welcome. I have some pictures of myself, and then you can include your packages. So you can change the icon here. What I always say for your services is that you want to make sure that the common denominator is included in your template here, because Honeybook allows you to customize these before you send it to the client. What I mean by that is, if you meet with the client and decide that they actually want 2 contact forms, but only 2 scheduling sessions, you can make that switch very easily right here before you send it to the client without sacrificing this entire template. So the template will always say this. And so you want to build out what your packages are going to look like every single time. And then you can add the customizations later. And I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes. You can include the pricing and change over here. And then you can also have add-ons. So add-ons are really nice if, for example, you are a social media manager and you normally just schedule and manage everything. Maybe you have an add-on that is a content creation, writing copy or creating graphics. Maybe you're a bookkeeper and you have an add-on that is a books cleanup. These are great opportunities for add-ons so that people can see what additional services you have. Now, of course, in your discovery call, you want to make sure that you're asking the right questions to be able to find out which add-ons you can offer to them. And a lot of the time that's based on the requirements, right? So we do have some requirements when we do a Honeybook setup. And if they don't have those things set up, then we will offer the add-ons to them to make sure that they have a really good experience and their Honeybook is really set up the way that they want. Okay, that's the proposal page. They can select which package, or before you send it, you can delete the other packages and select for them. The next page is your details and pricing page, or essentially your invoice. Now, one thing I love about this, remember the files are smart. So it should already have your client contact information in here because they've most likely booked a call with you through Honeybook or filled out a contact form also through Honeybook. And so Honeybook will use their information to automatically populate here. The really cool thing is that any of the service selections that are chosen or that you choose for your client on the proposal page will automatically populate right here in the invoice. No more copy paste, no more back and forth. Super convenient. Invoices, you can also add discounts and switch up the payment schedule. You can also make them recurring if you want to. I have a separate video on the details of invoicing, so be sure to look out for that if you want more details. The contract is very similar to the invoice. Company information will be populated from your company settings. And then again, the client information should be populated based on the information they gave you in the contact form or in the scheduler. Then again, just like with the invoice, Whatever service selections you make for your client or that your client makes for themselves, it will automatically populate right here on the contract, so you don't have to copy and paste. All the way down at the bottom, you'll see that there are signature options, and you can choose if you have multiple clients, for example, you can choose if this is your first client who's going to sign or both clients, and that is very customizable as well. Next page is your payment page, and clients can choose which way they want to pay. You can also require auto pay of them from the invoice page, or they can toggle on auto pay themselves if that's what they prefer. I always like to have a scheduling page on my SmartFile because as soon as they pay, then they're able to book the call with you, which is super convenient. They don't have to leave the screen, which is great. And you don't have to send them a separate link. The last page, I usually include a next steps and just let them know what to look for so that we can get started on their project. Now that you know what a SmartFile looks like, I'm going to show you two ways to send it. The first way is from the template itself. So you can see there's a button up here that says Use Template. If I click on this, I can choose the existing template or the existing project that I want to apply it to and then create the SmartFile. At this point, it's going to create from the template an individual customized SmartFile for that particular client. So then you can go in, like I said, and delete or edit the different packages based on your conversation with the client. And this will not affect the template, which is really great. Then you would click share, and then you can send an email with a button directing the client to the SmartFile. Now you could manually type this in, but of course, since Honeybook automates things, we can actually use a template. So you can see that I have some different templates in here already. And if we look for the Honeybook Setup SmartFile, it will automatically populate both the subject line and the text for the email. You can either send right away or you can even schedule the send. Second way to send a SmartFile is from the project itself. So let's say you have opened up a file or a project based on maybe even during your call with somebody. You can click on the project and take notes during your call under the Details tab, and then you can create a new file directly from the green button here inside the project. Once again, you just select which file you want to send, and now you have created a custom file for that particular client, and it works the same way from here. Click share, and you can choose your email template and send it right off to the client. Hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes demo of Honeybook SmartFiles. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below the video or on the blog, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube or on my blog to be notified of future behind the scenes Honeybook demos. At the Premier App Spot, I love supporting small business owners. If you need help setting up your Honeybook, head over to our website at premierappspot.com to request a setup today.